Should you use scripts in planning out your content? So I think it depends a lot on the type of content you're making. Certainly if you're doing educational materials or you're teaching, then you're going to need a script in order to maintain that structure of what you're trying to say. But one thing I've always found is that whenever I'm reading off a script, that I come across a bit less authentic. I come across more robotic. And I guess that's something that you can practice over time. But there's something I think a bit more natural about the way you come across on camera when you've not rehearsed every word you're going to say. So I think there's three types of content creators out there. I think there's ones that like to script out everything word by word, line by line, and then learn and rehearse that. Then there's people who just will have a set of bullet points just to keep them on track of the topics that they're trying to talk about. And then there's those people that can just ad-lib and freestyle straight to the camera, keeping just a mental map of what they're trying to say in their head. I actually get a bit jealous of creators when I see them creating like 10-15 minute videos and it's all just freestyle. But then I think, like many abilities around the content creation space, it's a muscle. You've got to work it and get better at it. So that's why I'm starting to mix in a few of these off the cuff, unscripted videos just to start to work that muscle myself. So I think it also depends on the format of content you're creating. I think if you're doing short form, then you can probably afford to go a bit more freestyle. I think doing long form videos, then trying to go freestyle and maintain that structure in your head is probably going to involve a lot of repetition and a lot of editing later on. But one thing I've always found is that some of my favorite videos where I feel I'm coming across more like myself and more like my natural personality is when I haven't actually scripted anything and I've just switched the camera on and just started talking. To prove the point, that's pretty much what I've done in this video. There's no script, there's no bullet points. I just felt like getting this off my chest, so I switched the camera on and started recording. What I normally find when I attempt to do freestyle straight to the camera is that yes, I'll have a lot of times where I'm struggling to get the same concept or the same sentence out my head and I might repeat it 5 or 6 times. But then when I finally get the take right and go back and look at the footage, I'm normally a lot happier with my presentation, with how I'm coming across on camera, than when I'm doing my more structured content. So whether you script or bullet point or just go freestyle, I think it largely depends on what you're creating and how you want to come across. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. So I'm also really curious to know how fellow creators handle this. Do you script word for word? Do you use bullet points? Or do you just riff off to the camera? Drop a comment below and let me know.